Hey, welcome back to my camera. Oh god. This is the start of a wonderful video. Hey, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, my name is Nisi, aka the Ebony Traveler. Today, I'm going to be finishing off my teaching series. I know you've enjoyed seeing my friends and I together so much, but today you only get me. It's a one-man show today, okay? And I just want to close out this teaching series by pretty much letting you guys know what you're in for when you come to teach in Korea. I know when I was coming to Korea, I had 1,000,001 questions. How big are my classes gonna be? Will I have one class to myself? How many teachers will I have? What should I bring them? And a ton more questions. Hopefully, if you have some questions, I cover them in this video, okay? So let's start with the basics. So for those of you guys who don't know how I came about teaching in Korea, I'm gonna give you a quick little run through. I came here February 2016 through the Epik program. I currently live in Daegu, South Korea, and that's that. That's all you need to know. So the first thing I want to talk about is the documents that you should bring with you. Photocopy all of your important documents, including your passport, and have extra copies on you. I would always say have an extra piece of ID though, other than your passport. I hate carrying my passport around when I travel because if you lose that passport, I don't know what the procedure is, but I don't want to find out because I can only imagine how complicated it could possibly be to get your passport again, like in a different country. You're not home. So I'd say bring like a driver's license. I think they take Canadian health cards too, so you know, bring extra transcripts for sure, an extra copy of your degree. Another thing that I would advise you to do if you are completely lost to Korean won, if you don't know how it works, before you come, look up the bills in Korea. 1,000 won, 5,000 won, 10,000 won, 50,000 won. Just know the money before you come. That's another tip I can give you. Know the money before you come. You don't want to be, you know, splurging and not knowing what you're spending, okay? This is the next thing you really need. So no one ever talks about this. In order to do literally anything important in Korea, when I say important, I mean pay your bills. In order to get a phone plan or to get a Wi-Fi egg, get internet if they don't provide internet for you, the number one thing, whether or not you're in a public or Hagwon, that you need to get within a week of arriving in Korea is your ARC card. It's your alien registration card. It essentially will be your visa. If you look at the stamp or the sticker or whatever they put in your passport to allow you to come and work for your visa, at least for Canadians, it usually says one-way entry or something like that. Something that indicates that you wouldn't be allowed to leave the country, right? But that's like, let's just say that the visa in your passport is a temporary visa. It's for you to get into the country and prove that you're allowed to work there and then allow you to get an ARC card. And your ARC card is important, which is your alien registration card, is important because that will act as your visa from this point forward. If someone comes up to you, if a police officer comes up to you, they're most likely going to ask for your ARC card if they know that you are a teacher. That is your form of identification here. And if you don't have your ARC card, that causes a lot of issues for you because you can't do anything like get a phone or have a internet bill, or I think the bank account might be on there, but I could be wrong. What you're gonna wanna do is, hopefully your school will be on top of this, because usually if you're with Epik, they'll give you a checklist of things and they'll give your co-teacher a checklist of things. And on their checklist, getting your ARC card is like, get it within the first week because it takes about a week to come to you. So ARC card, very important. Make sure you get that within your first week. Another important thing that people do not talk about is banking. Banking is extremely difficult in Korea and I avoid talking about it because it gives me a migraine. But I'm going to give you the rundown on banking very quickly. This is how banking works in Korea. When you first go to the bank, bring your life with you. Bring your passport, bring your ARC card if you have it and if you need it, because I can't remember if you need it, and get your original branch information and bring it with you to Korea. Bring it with you to that bank. Anything else your co-teacher tells you that you need, and ask them to double check because the bank is a nightmare. When you're signing up for the bank account, ask the following: how do I send money home? Can I shop online? Can I make purchases online with this card? And how do I get internet banking? For most of you guys might be like, okay, why do you need to ask all these questions? Because each one of those things are something complicated in itself. It's like in Korean banks, they have to literally flick a switch so that you can do all these things. Also, ask if your card can be used on the bus. That will save you a world of headache of topping up cards. When I got my card, I could not do the following, and I did not know the bus thing, and I could not do online shopping, and I didn't find that out until I was trying to make a purchase online. Ask 4 questions, okay? Bus, internet banking, how do I send money home? Can I shop online? Okay. Also, a lot of banks, they have remittance programs so that you can send money home. And that often requires a separate account and a separate bank book. And all I do is transfer from one account to the other. Mind you, you can't get the money back once you put in the remittance account. It goes home. So don't think, hey, I'm gonna put it in the savings. No, it's going straight home. Also, if for some reason they did not activate the things you asked them to activate, if you ever have to go back to the bank, because they're only open when we're at work, if you ever have to go back to the bank and your bank branch, like mine, which is KAB, is open on a Sunday, 1, go at the crack of dawn. 2, bring your passport always. It doesn't matter that they photocopied it. They will tell you they don't have it. Make sure you always have your passport when you go to the bank. Always and forever. And your ARC and your life and your blood type and everything else under the sun. That's it for banking. Okay, what to expect at Epik Orientation. Oh my God, do I have my orientation book on hand? I might. I'm gonna check for it. I actually do. I have it. It's right here. See? February 2016. Then there's a whole bunch of random peeps. Okay, so this is what they will give you when you get to Epik Orientation. And in the book, okay, in the book, it will have your orientation date. My orientation date was February 19th to February 26th. I don't know if they still do them like this. Like, I could be completely wrong, but in the front page, you'll have this, which is pretty much your orientation schedule. In the book, they'll just have your different tips, different assignments and stuff, like the contents for each lecture. And with that being said, if you don't know now, you know, you're pretty much going to be in school when you go to the Epik Orientation. What the purpose of the Epik Orientation is to pretty much, 1, prepare you for the classroom, and 2, help you beat the jet lag. And I don't think people realize that, but I did realize it, that, you know, I got there and I was dead ass tired because Toronto is about 13, and I think right now it's 14 hours behind Korea. They give you classes from morning until evening, okay? And when you think I'm joking, the last class ended at 10 p.m. one day. 8 to 10 p.m. That was on the Thursday. They try to ease you in. First, the classes end around 8:30, and then come Thursday, they end at 10. Okay? Jet lag is a freaking bitch, and it will get you. Like, the first day you come, they'll let you off easy. They'll let you off early, and you're going to knock the F out. You will have lectures, which is like kind of sort of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. You will have a curfew. Unless it changes, you will have a curfew. If they let you off at 8:30, I think you have to be in by like 10. We couldn't be out in those streets causing trouble. We could go get food and we could come back. That's it. You will make friends, which is cool. They will give you your 3 meals of the day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Honestly, I wasn't a fan because they had some mystery meat that no one could seem to identify, and I don't do mystery meats, so that was that. But overall, the food was good. But that mystery meat that came once every couple days was not it for me. I was not feeling it, okay? There'll be one big dinner at the end. Don't get in trouble, you'll get sent home. Pass the health test or you'll get sent home. If you smoke weed, stop now. As you are watching this, put it down, because if you don't, you will get sent home. They do not play. Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah. Honestly speaking, I don't really feel like I used much of the stuff from Epik Orientation. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's useful information if you can put it into practice, but when you're in this space, you don't have the time to be looking through your notebook like, this is what they said at Epik Orientation, and better follow it. Like, that's not gonna happen. So you might as well just, like, you know, just let it go. Okay, so by the end of Epik Orientation, you will have something like this, okay? It's an envelope, and the envelope will say your name. It'll say your school's name, or school, if you have more than one school, 2 schools. It'll say the name, and it will say the name in English for you, okay? A couple copies of your contract, And that's that. They'll put you on a bus, take you to respective cities, and your co-teachers will be waiting for you. My co-teacher was waiting for me. What is teaching like? I feel like before I came, a lot of my questions surrounded around, will I have my own class? How many kids will I have in my class? Like, I want to bring them gifts, and I want to bring them like stickers. In public schools, you don't have your own class. You are the English teacher, and you will teach all of the students from grade 3 to grade 6 English. Now, I'm gonna break that down a little bit further. You are not solely responsible for these kids depending on what level you teach in. I've heard that middle school and high school, you are solo dolo. Those teachers do not care to be in the classroom. Some elementary school cases, I have heard that the teacher kind of just says, here, you take the wheel, that's it. There are tons of different co-teaching styles. But what you should expect is that, one, you will teach every single grade. Expect to teach grade 3 to 6, depending on the size of your school, because some schools are very small. At my school, I teach 4 grade 3 classes. I teach 5 or 6 grade 4 classes. I teach, how many grade 5 classes? Like 4 grade 5 classes and 4 grade 6 classes, okay? So I teach a lot of kids, and in each class there's 25 kids. There are schools bigger than mine, okay? There are schools smaller than mine. You might teach 3 grade 3 classes. You might teach 2 grade 5 classes, you know what I mean? So it just depends on the size of your school, but just know you will teach multiple grades. Okay, and probably more than one class. How this usually works is the kids maybe learn English 2 to 3 times per week, and you are going to see them, depending on your school. I see most of my kids once a week. And when you come in, they know that you're the fun teacher. They know that you're the game teacher. They know that, okay, we're gonna do something different today. But your main co-teacher will teach the kids at least one class more than you do. So it's not all on you, okay? Do I need to bring my own textbooks? Do I need to bring my own materials? In my school, or in most public schools, no. In most public schools, there will be a set textbook that you work from. And the lessons are laid out, and if they're kind enough to give you the teacher's manual, it will give you suggestions for games. It will lay each section out, and you will follow that pattern. It has look and listen, listen and say, things like that. And that's how you'll work from the textbook. I think I answered a question about lunch times before, but usually school provides lunch. However, if you are like me and you're having stomach problems, I was having a lot of gas issues, you can opt out of the school lunch, but try to do it at the very beginning of each semester or after a break, because it's hard for the accounting people to deal with it. But if you are not interested in the school lunch, let your school know. Someone asked about conflict resolution with co-teachers. I got a new co-teacher, and I love her to death. Her English is not 110, but you know, we work through broken English, Korean situation. And so what my issue with her was that she was conducting the entire class in Korean. I have been through a normal co-teaching situation for my first year, so I know how it's supposed to be. Your co-teacher should not be doing the entire class in Korean and letting you just do the game at the end in English. That is not how this works. So how you do it, let's say for example, you notice that there's a certain section where you could conduct that class that piece in English. Make suggestions, okay? That's how I did with all of my co-teachers. Oh, hey, I'm not really doing much in class, and I could help with this, or I could help with that. And if your co-teacher is cooperative and an open-minded person, they will have literally no issue with you stepping forward and saying, I don't mind helping with X, Y, and Z. Or the older co-teachers who are stubborn, set in their way, and really mean, just ignore them. Literally. Talk to them about school-related things, and then after that, don't engage. Another question a lot of people have, or a question that I know I had, was what do I bring my co-teachers as gifts? It is always nice to bring a gift. They do not have to be expensive. Korean people, they are not hard to please. They're happy with anything that you give them. But one thing I will tell you is you will most likely have a principal and a vice principal. That's 2 people that you probably want to bring gifts for. So you will have anywhere from 2 to 4 co-teachers. I've always had 3. So let's just say you account for 6 people. You don't have to get them anything big. I'm Canadian, and I'll give people from Canada an idea. Go to the dollar store. Dollarama has a Canada section. Get cute little Canada things. I got my co-teachers these cute little sock keychains, and they use them as USB holders. Chocolate. I got them caramel, because for those of you guys who don't know, and I may be wrong, anyone else who has caramel in their country, holla at your girl. Caramel is a chocolate, and it's unique to Canada. Bring that. Buy literally 6 caramel bars and bring them with you and hand them out. That will work. Find something that is unique to your country, and a lot of these things that Koreans do not have, and bring them. Bring cookies. Koreans love snacks, okay? They love snacks. Bring snacks. Maybe something bigger for your principal. Another important thing that people do not talk about is phone and internet. Do not get a phone plan in Korea. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. You can get a phone plan here if you want, but be careful with the company. All the companies do not take you until you have an ARC card, okay? The reason why I'm saying do not get a phone contract is because I did that my first year. My co-teacher was concerned because I had no internet in my apartment and I had no phone. And so we rushed it. I brought an unlocked phone from home. That's another thing you can do, bring an unlocked phone from home. The company that I was going for would not take it. They are scammers, okay? They made me get some bullshit phone. If I can find it, it's like a brick Huawei, whatever the hell it's called, phone. Eventually, I found out about this Wi-Fi egg situation that was going on. And the Wi-Fi egg is a million times better. I have a Wi-Fi egg now, but I had to buy out of my contract because the contracts here are mandatory 2 years, I think. So I had to buy out of my contract, and I'm now with a Wi-Fi egg and I'm 10 times happier. I have 22 gigs of data. That's unheard of back home for 24,000 won. And it's like a prepaid phone, so you do have to top up your phone, but a little goes a long way with these. If you put like 50,000 won of credit on your phone, then it will allow you to keep the phone number if you just decide to get one, and you can make phone calls and do text messages and stuff. And as long as you don't use all of your money, it doesn't expire until the following year, okay? That's something to keep in mind. Bring your unlocked phone, get a Wi-Fi egg, pay them like the 5 or 10,000 won for a number, and then make sure you top up your account. Make sure you have your apps. Delivery app, Subway app, the KTX app, apparently. They have a KTX app now. And the bus app. A lot of people think the only way you can get to like different places is by KTX. First of all, let me break the KTX down for you. There's the KTX, that's the fast train. From Daegu, that will get you to Seoul in about 2.5 hours. Then there's the slow train that will take you 3.5 hours. The bus will take you 3.5 hours. However, the slow train and the bus are half the price or more of the KTX. I personally take the bus and the slow train. There's also the ITX, which is just a little bit like maybe $10 or $12 less than the KTX. There are so many options getting to different cities in Korea. The fast train, the KTX, is not your only option. Mail. Get your co-teacher to write down your address, type it up, and email it to you so that when you want to make online purchases, you don't have to be going through rings of fire to figure it out. I personally never order anything to my apartment. I'm allowed to order packages to my school, and it's better to order packages to your school because there's always someone to accept it. And yeah, I feel like that's all I really have to say to you guys about all that stuff. If you're coming soon, holla for that dollar down in the comment section below. Let me know that you are coming here and it's gonna be lit. Hopefully some of this information helped you guys out. These are some things that you need to know that no one really talks about. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. I just want to thank everyone who watched my teaching series. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this series. Make sure that you do share, like, comment, and subscribe. Hashtag support the mandem. And as always, it's a peace, and it's a love, and it's a annyeong.